Xavier McKnight here with Michael Strahan. Michael, first off, welcome to Sarasota. I know it was a trek here for you down here, finishing up GMA this morning, getting here. I mean, what does it feel like to be here on the Suncoast this evening?
No, it feels great. It feels great to be here, especially for what I'm here for, and the foundation, and just to be a part of something that's really special that continues to grow and help so many people. And I was just talking to the head of the foundation, and he relayed a mutual friend of ours, and the story basically lets me know that I'm a recipient of the doctor's grant that came from this event, and being a recipient is mean helping my daughter. So this is really special to be here.
20 years that the gala has now been here, but speaking of Dick just himself, he's gone through the fight himself 4 times in the past 5 years. For him to continue to keep this first and foremost and at the forefront, what does it just say about how selfless he is?
Oh, he's amazing. Not only just selfless, but the energy he brings to everything. He brings so much energy that you look at him and you think if he can do what he's done, anybody can get through this. And the energy that he's put into this and just selflessly doing these things to benefit everyone else when he could have very easily just worried about himself, it shows the type of character that he is, an example that he is for all of us to give back and to really make a mark on society.
Is this your first time attending this event?
It's my first time attending this event, yeah. So I'm excited. I heard the big crowd out there. I'm gonna have to speak in front of everybody, which makes me nervous because I don't like being in front of a lot of people. It's so funny. I'm serious.
Well, with that being said, I mean, the reason that you're here tonight, I mean, you mentioned your daughter. First off,
Yeah.
I'd first like to ask, how is she doing? How is she recovering?
She is great. She is cancer-free and gets her checkups every 3 months. Back in college, being a college student and finishing up her exams this week so that she can complete the year. So, yeah, she's just doing great, and it's a blessing to see her get back to where she was before all of these things happened to her.
With her going through her fight and how this impacted you and your family, how can you just say that this has brought you all together and it's made you stronger, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually? How has that really helped out in that department?
Well, it definitely brings you closer as a family, because I think one of the biggest things, medicine, of course, and the great doctors and treatments that you get, but also support of your family, of your friends, the love that you receive, the encouragement that you receive. I think for all of us, it made us extremely close. And you have to live in close quarters. You have to be there and take care of them take care of her when she was at her lowest. And she has a twin sister, so that was also a big benefit as well, because we all went through it together. And one of the first things that was said to me, which I found to be very true, she's just not going through it, it's a family disease. And I'm just lucky that I was able to be her father, and that I was the lucky one and was able to go through this with her. And I know that sounds a little weird to say you're lucky, but I just think that was God's will that, this happened. And I feel like I am the luckiest man in the world to have a young woman who's as strong as she is and who's fought her way through the way that she did, and she encouraged other people through her vlogs and all her messages that she put out there for the world to see, and without being shy about what she was going through.
When you first got the call that you were going to be an honoree tonight, what was your reaction?
Yes, thank you. I'm in, because I want to support, I want to be here, I want to help. And, Dickie V, I've always loved him, from watching him do his job to watching him, just on TV talk about what he does with the foundation and the energy that he brings. And I think he's an infectious human being, and his infectious personality and spirit just has had this going for 20 years and has everybody here excited, has it continue to prosper and grow, and they continue to help a lot of people. So it's a perfect kind of event that I want to be a part of.
When you look at yourself, your career, and all the things that you've accomplished, you're a Pro Football Hall of Famer, you're a Super Bowl champion, you're one of the faces of Good Morning America, but to be here for something like this tonight, where do you believe this is going to rank from you on the list of everything that you've ever accomplished?
I mean, all those things that you listed are work. This is personal, and I think that's completely a different category to me, because this is something that definitely is in my heart and forever be in my heart because it involves one of the most important people to me being my daughter. So yeah, this is definitely on a different category outside of all the other professional accomplishments, because those things anybody can accomplish, or a lot of people can and have, and can do more. Once I'm no longer in the picture, but to be able to get through this with my daughter on a personal note is the most fulfilling thing that I can say that I've done in my life, and the most gratifying thing is to see her back where she started and doing well.
My final question for you is, when all of this is over tonight and everyone here in attendance, no matter what their role is, when everybody departs from here, but we look back on this night, what do you hope is the biggest takeaway from everyone here?
I think that when you do events and they are there to help with something that is so tough, that I want people to feel uplifted. It doesn't have to be sad, even though every story does not have a happy ending. I do feel that there is a silver lining in all of this, that someone else's story can help someone else who may be coming through it down the road. And I think there's always a silver lining in everything that you do, so that when people they leave here, I hope they feel uplifted. And I hope they feel like they've done something good and that they can go out in the world and continue to do that good and then come back next year and add to it.
Well, you using the word uplifted, it brings out one more question for me, and I feel that I definitely have to ask you this. For any family that's going through this fight right now that you and your family have gone through, do you have any words of inspiration or encouragement that you would like to share with them at this point?
My biggest thing, tell each other that you love each other, that you're there for each other, and that no matter what, you're just there. I think a lot gets lost on just the simple words, I love you, because it gets thrown around very easily. But those are the words that I think carried me through and carried us through all that we went through as a family, because it's the toughest thing that we've all gone through is this fight. But when you have love on your side, and you have family on your side, you have support on your side, you have a better chance.
Michael, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Yes, you look very young.